guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and I'm on location at Carmike Valley Bend in Jones Valley, Huntsville, Alabama for the official Star Wars release day today. This is December 18th, Friday. I know yesterday was a screener at like 7 p.m., but today's the official release day for all theaters. And when you come to something like this, you got to have your own shirt, so revealing my Star Wars shirt, which you cannot apparently buy any freaking where on the planet. So if you do see this somewhere and you're watching this, let me know, because I may buy another one just to keep and put away, because I think they had issues with something, they might have pulled the shirt, I'm not sure. All right, right now it's like 2:30 or 3 o'clock, but we're going to be here for the 7:30 p.m. showing. We're going to do a spoiler-free review after the movie. So everybody, there's 6 of us that's going, so all of us will get together, kind of give our take. We'll probably fan out a little bit on it. That's okay, because I'm going to go back 2 weeks later and see it in Dome IMAX at the Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama. And then after that will be a spoiler review. So about 2 weeks from now, we'll really sit down and critique it and spoil the hell out of it. But for right now, it's just going to be all-out fun time, fanboying over it. You know, ever how we feel emotion-wise afterwards will be shown, but no spoilers, I promise. And one thing to keep in mind, this is a super important event. This is something you'll remember for the rest of your life, because I remember going to see Phantom Menace, and it was a huge event for me. I was born in 1982, kind of at the end of an era, but everybody was still hyped about Star Wars, so I was too growing up. And going to see Phantom Menace is exactly repeating what's happening now, you know, because somebody else has got it. George Lucas doesn't have it anymore, JJ does. So it's going to be like this whole new experience, just like Phantom Menace was for me. It's not just a movie, it's an experience, it's an event, people you're going to run into, everybody's going to have a good time. I look so forward to being in a crowd-filled room with people that are just geeking out along, and we're just like clapping and cheering and stuff. I look forward to that. Those are magic moments you'll always remember. So now we're going to go kill some time and wait till about 3 hours before the movie, which is 7:30, and then we'll hopefully be inside out of the cold, because it's pretty cold right now. So here is the Star Wars experience. This is just the left side of the theater, so you can see everybody that's lined up. And IMAX is on the end, so we'll film a little bit of here, but you can see this Star Wars line here. Ours is probably equal to that down at the end on the IMAX. Here's the IMAX. All right, so we just left Star Wars The Force Awakens, and right off the top, I gotta say, honestly, you know, there's a calm down period after, I think, for me, but my first initial response is, this is perfect. This is how you write a Star Wars. This is how you act in a Star Wars. This is how you shoe in a new generation. And just let new generation stay in your mind if you haven't seen the movie yet. And then carry that in there with you and then watch it. And that's all I'm going to say as far as spoilers go. And that's not really even a spoiler. But I thought it was a fantastic movie. If the old ones didn't exist, if like number 5, episode 5 or something like that didn't exist to bring me into the world of it, this would be my favorite Star Wars, period. I mean, the action scenes were perfect. Everything was just a perfect blend of perfect. But not only do I have my opinion about it, I have other people's opinion, and we'll get to that in a minute. But just to let you know, I'm probably going to watch this thing like 2 more times, at least 1 more for sure. The next one will be in the 70 millimeter format, which is a Dome IMAX, and we have one of those at our Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, so I'll get to see it in that. Hopefully next Sunday. I'm hoping, it's according on what they offer. If not, the weekend after. I'm going to host a live Google Hangout to spoil the heck out of it, and I'm going to give enough people time to go see the film before I do it, and I'm going to try to invite as many people into it as I possibly can. We're just going to spoil the mess out of it. But let's get to other people's thoughts about it, and I'll see you later.
All right. Hey, guys. Star Wars, Force Awakens. Grew up watching the Star Wars original trilogy. Suffered through the horror of the prequels. As far as the movie goes, freaking loved it. It's a great movie. It was really nice to go to the theater and see a good Star Wars movie and be excited and have fun, and just really loved it. It was great. Highly recommended. Go see it.
Okay, hey, my name's Sam Lott. Star Wars is very near and dear to my heart. I grew up on Star Wars. I remember buying the originals on VHS. I could say this. I mean, I could talk about this for hours. Anyway, I'll try to sum it up. Grew up with the prequels too, and then the older I got, I realized they're not really all they were cracked out to be. So it was good to go see this movie and have it be faithful to the originals while implementing new things that were kind of interesting and fun. And for all the fans of the expanded universe who are pissed off at Disney, you shouldn't be anymore, because without saying spoilers, they're doing some good things here. So it was amazing. It was amazing. It was great. I loved it. I couldn't keep my eyes off it every minute of it. The use of practical effects. I mean, there's a lot of CGI, but it's not done in a way that's annoying like the prequels, where people don't look like they know where the hell they are or what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to interrupt you, but I thought that they used practical effects when they didn't have to.
Yeah, that's the thing that was awkward about those prequels, is like, in times when it was just completely unnecessary to use CGI. Look at these people sitting in a CGI office. It was like, what? That is so off-putting. So it was refreshing to see them in actual environments, and it helped the actors, I'm sure. Plus, the movie had a lot more personality and a lot more energy than any of the prequels. It felt like a continuation of what we saw in the originals, and I appreciate that. Sorry, George Lucas.
Well, I mean, I've seen all of the Star Wars films multiple times. I think the first time I saw all 6 of them was freshman year of high school. And I've always loved it. I've never been a super fan. And I guess kind of like what Sam said, later on watching them recently, you go watch the prequels and sometimes you're just like, oh, how was there ever a time where I watched this and thought it was fantastic? Or at least didn't think it was the train wreck that it is. But this movie tonight, I mean, I was excited to see it, but I think it even surpassed my expectations. I loved it, and I was riveted by it, which I didn't necessarily expect.
Growing up as my sister, I had no choice but to watch Star Wars. So I had seen Star Wars as a child, recently rewatched them as an adult. I do think the new rendition, you can definitely go see it if you've never even seen the other ones, but it will mean a lot more to you if you have watched the originals, not so much the prequels. Those kind of suck. But I thought it was great. It was, without giving spoilers, it was really nice to see a female kick ass. So yeah, I thought it was a really, really good movie. It definitely did not seem as long as it was. You were on the edge of your seat the entire time. You never had a dull moment where you wanted to like check your phone or anything like that. Just overall, great movie. People clap in the theater at various scenes, and I think that just says a lot for the genre and the respect for it. And I think overall this new movie did a good job of paying tribute to the old while moving forward with the new. So I can't wait for the next one.